So today we are talking confident hacks, 7 ways to instantly boost your self-esteem. Putting yourself out there is not an easy task. And when you think you got this, you are presented with a new challenge or promoted to a new season in your business. Then you are seeking that new ways to be courageous. So I can't wait to get into these hacks. But before we dive in, welcome to the bandwidth. I'm Rosie, your video coach, and I help women over 40 conquer their fear and go live. If you find value in this video, subscribe to this channel, give it a thumbs up, hit the notification bell, and check out all the other videos I have on my channel. So let's do this. Again, the title of this show is Confident Hacks, 7 ways to instantly boost your self-esteem. And our guest tonight is Shauntae Hudson. She is an online strategist. Welcome, Shauntae, to the bandwidth.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here, and I appreciate this opportunity to share with so many other lovely, high-achieving women. Thank you for having me, Rosie.
Yes, you are so welcome. I'm happy to have you here. But I gave a brief description. Can you elaborate a little bit more about yourself and your background?
Yes. Well, hello, leading ladies out there here on the bandwidth. I am Shauntae C, and I'm super excited to be here with my fellow video live stream queen, Rosie. I am Shauntae C, visibility strategist and video marketing confidence coach, if you will. And I work with entrepreneurs and coaches and consultants on building their online presence and doing that with confidence and with ease. And how I do that is I work with entrepreneurs, particularly coaches and consultants, on increasing their brand visibility and also generating revenue. And this is by creating a brand presence that is marketable, profitable, and also profitable. Again, profitable, sustainable, and marketable. Profitable, sustainable, and marketable. And so one of the biggest things, Rosie, is dealing with confidence, being able to share what you do, add that value with confidence and with ease. And as we know, as women, with our confidence, especially as we get in our 20s, 30s, and 40s, that looks very, very different. So I'm here for this conversation today to offer those confidence hacks and just those boost of tips to help us to push the needle further in our businesses and our professional and personal lifestyles.
Yeah. And, like you said, it's just, it's kind of like whenever you get in a new season or go a different place, you always need hacks. You always need tips because you're constantly up leveling and, you never can get too comfortable. So,
right. Absolutely.
Yeah. So can we dive into these 7 ways?
Let's do it.
Okay. What's the first one?
Okay. So the first one I want to share with you is affirming yourself. Affirming yourself. And one of the things that you have to consider with affirming yourself is looking at your self-concept. One of the questions that was shared prior to this was, what is the correlation between your self-concept or your confidence and your self-esteem? And it ties in with your self-concept. And so you have to believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, then who else is going to believe in you? Just like I believe that the first marriage should be the marriage to self, your self-concept can impact how you work with others, how you feel about yourself, the relationships that you have, the job that you pick up, how you build yourself in your professional, in your lifestyle. So having that self-concept is really, really key, because that will affect every area of your life. So it is important to affirm yourself. And how you do that is, first of all, make affirmations personal. Because with affirmations, they're these, we have affirmations that we speak and we say and we repeat, but it's good to customize it and make it cater to yourself. And then also with that, make it the present tense. Because if you put it in the past, then that opens up old wounds, it opens up old habits. But you want to begin to affirm and speak to your now. Because how you show up now is the prerequisite for your next. And so speaking to your now by affirming in the now and also speaking to the future, it can help you align yourself that you're already there. Even before you get there, you don't quite yet see it, but in your mind and in your belief system, your interior theology, that's what I call it, you see yourself already there. And also to set realistic intentions. Be realistic about where you want to be. So you may say, I want to be a 7-figure earner, but realistically, where are you now? And take those little steps to say, I'm going to get to the 7 figures, but in 6 months, I want to make 5 to 6 figures a month. So set realistic intentions as you affirm yourself. So the first thing again is affirming yourself. How you do that, make it personal, use the present tense, and set realistic intentions.
Okay, so let's pause there. Oh my goodness, you said so much. So I think that is so important. And you know what? When I first started out, I was not using affirmations. I never did that because I started out in the corporate world. Not to say that you can't use it in the corporate world, right. But when I moved to being an entrepreneur, I needed that. And so I do those daily. If not, it's like every other day. Because sometimes, I try to do it in the morning, but sometimes you like so in a rush, but I try to do that daily and it helps jumpstart my day. It puts me in the right mindset to accomplish the goals because it's not always easy. So you have to think positive and affirm yourself, like you said, to get to where you're going. So I just think that is so important. And I think if anybody that's not doing that should definitely incorporate that into their daily. So yes.
Absolutely. And if you had made, you raised awareness about affirming your day, like starting off in your day, even throughout your day sometimes, because oppositions, we face things that will try to rise up, what I call that inner critic that will make us feel like we're not perhaps enough, or gosh, I don't know if I can do this. And so sometimes you have to affirm yourself in that moment to keep yourself up in a level where you're confident that, yes, I can do this. Yes, I have what it takes. Yes, I can make this happen. So you have to, it's a constant process. You have to affirm yourself daily.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. That is a good point because you definitely need it throughout the day. So I agree. I solely agree. So what's number 2?
Okay, number 2 is refraining from negativity. Refrain from the negativity. And as we're talking about affirming yourself, refraining from the negativity is really reflecting on becoming your authentic self and who you are, getting to know yourself. I'm reading this book, Rosie, and it's shaking my bones right now. And it is by Brian Tracy, which calls The Psychology of Selling. And it's a point in there when he speaks about it. He says that it is estimated that the average person, you all, only uses 10% of their potential. So let me ask y'all this. What are we doing with the 90? How are we seeking the 90?
That's a good question. 10%? Wow.
Well, that means that we have 90%. Y'all catch this. We got 90% that is laid dormant. And some people spend their whole life only operating in 10%. So it is imperative, you all, that we refrain from the negativity, because guess what? We got work to do. And see it this way. How you can refrain is see it like this. Even if it takes you a year, even if it takes you months, add a little more. Add a little more. So if I can add 2 more percent, 3 weeks from now, 6 months from now, if every year or every so often I can add to that, then just look at how much greater, how much I can do. So we got to refrain from the negativity by looking at how can I unleash the potential that I have? How can I mobilize myself? How can I continue to move in my authentic self? So you have to shut off sometimes the noise, the negativity of others, what people have held you to. Let me tell you something. For those who want to hold you to your past, ladies, hold a memorial service. Say bye-bye. I'm not there no more. I'm not there no more. And that I'm rising to the occasion to be my authentic self and do what it is that I know I can do. Tapping into that creative intelligence. So refrain from the negativity by shunning out the outside noise of others and focusing on how can I unlock a little more to get to as much as possible that 90%. We may not get to the 90% in a lifetime, but with each step, taking that 1%, that 2%, and unleashing our greatest potential.
Yeah. And I think it's all about having a plan and taking action.
Yeah.
It's so, people just think, I don't want to do this or I'm so scared. Everybody's scared. Hell, I'm scared. You know what I'm saying? But I take the action because I know where I want to be. And like you said, I know the potential and the passion that I have. But a lot of women, they just get stuck, and just break it down to bite-sized pieces, because that's all anybody is doing. And just take action week by week, day by day, week by week, month by month. And you will look back and be like, wow, I'm here now. It's not hard. Yes, you will be met with challenges, but you have to keep going. And that's how you're going to get to where you need to be, and just build that confidence.
Mm-hmm. And you're so right. You have to take action. That is key, because the light will never stay green. There's never going to be a perfect time, if you will, to go. You just got to do it and get moving. Like you said, it's never going to stay green. And I always say too, it's not going to necessarily stay red either. So you have to make up in your mind, okay, the time is now that I'm going to press the go button.
Yeah. So what's number 3?
Okay, number 3 is avoid perfectionism. Think about it this way. You know how we may say, well, I just want to get it right. I just want it to be right. I just want this to be right. The only way it's going to be right is, guess what? Get it wrong. Get it wrong first. So that you can make it right. It's not going to be perfect. And some people, ladies, some feel like, okay, I'll wait because I need to take this next course. I need to get this other certification. Oh, I need to lose 10 pounds. Oh, I need to wait till I get 3 months from now, till I get this check, till I get this man, till I get this job, this position. And it's 3-6 a year and you still in the same position. So don't expect it to be perfect. Start messy and build it from there. But the point is, get started. It's not going to be perfect. There's something that is one way it can go right, but a million ways it's going to go wrong. And it does go wrong. So at least if you get it wrong, you can clean it up and build it from there. So avoid the perfectionism.
Yeah, we are here. Take that messy action, because you have to put it out there. Whatever it is that you're doing, whatever business, if you're making donuts, if you're crocheting, if you're going live, regardless, you have to get it out there, get some feedback, and then perfect it. So take that messy action. I so agree. It's scary. It really is scary to be like, okay, I'm going to do it. But like you said, nothing is never going to be perfect. So agree. What's number 4?
Okay, girl. Number 4 is create positive habits. And how you do that is set a worry time. Set a worry time. It's no use in taking the whole day worrying about something, because guess what? That's not going to bring you to a solution. But put a time aside to say, you know what, this is not the time that I'm going to think about this. I'll come back to it later. And get yourself in a place where you can refresh yourself. You can have a new mindset and a new spirit, just getting yourself in a place where you're able to approach it more soundly and more from a place of, okay, I'm going to be objective to this versus being subjective in your feelings, getting caught up like, oh, I can't, oh, child, no, what I'm going to do with myself. But give yourself some time, set a worry time, because I guarantee you, when you come back to it, you'll realize you'll be more of clarity where you can find the solution.
Yeah, yeah. And that's a good one too. That's a good one. So what's the next one?
Okay, number 5, follow your passion.
Mhm.
Follow your passion, especially with entrepreneurship. It is so key to be in the creative flow, be in a place where you're your authentic self, tapping into your unique genius and those creative talents and abilities that you have, because people want to feel connected to the authentic you and not just the you that you done picked up something, you done learned something, and now you're trying to teach the whole world. No, don't teach what you've learned. Just show the world what you know. Show the world your expertise. Don't try to be like anybody else, but follow your passion and those things that make you you and keeps you in a creative flow, especially with entrepreneurship.
Yeah, yeah. And that's a good one too. It's so hard to like try many things. But what I learned is just stick to one thing and see
Mhm.
that through first before you pivot to something else. Like give it time, set your time. Like I'm gonna give it 6 months or 3 months or whatever it is, and put your all into it to see if it works. And if not, like I said, you can always pivot. But yeah, a lot of people, want to try 5 different things, but you have to master one so people can know that you are that go-to expert for that one thing and then branch off to others.
Come through, Rosie. That is so true, because you can't be, okay, I'm gonna teach you how to bake a cake today. We're gonna fry fish tomorrow. I'm gonna show you how to apply eyelashes today. I'm gonna help you fix your credit tomorrow. Your audience won't be able to follow you because you're just all over the place. And so when you follow your passion, I notice I said the end, y'all, not with an S, passion, but the passion, and build from there, then you will find, like she said, you will be able to be the go-to expert. You'll be able to build that expertise where people will see you and say you are the go-to person. But if you everywhere doing everything, how they gonna know to follow you? So follow your passion.
Yeah. But a lot of people don't know. Like I didn't know that until I started reading and listening to people because I wasn't, a straight out the box entrepreneur. I just had a 9 to 5 and do it. So I'm just like, okay, well, maybe I'll do this. And then you get coached, like you, Shauntae is a coach, you get coached by people and you learn some things. And you're like, what? That's a good nugget. And it makes sense. But sometimes you don't know, but that's a good one. And I live by it.
Yeah, get a coach to help you flesh out that passion and to, align and stay focused.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what are we on, number 6?
Yes, we on number 6, girl. So this one is good. This is surround yourself with authentic people.
Mm.
I have a saying that if you find that you finding yourself boxed in, maybe it's time to change your circle. And how you do that is ask yourself, what are your detachments? What are your attachments to power? Because we can get in power plays hanging around certain people and certain circuits because they will hold you to a certain standard. Because when you look at sometimes with a tribe, your circle, the tribe speaks for the one. Well, let me back up. The tribe, it's the voice of many, but it doesn't celebrate the individuality of the one. So sometimes you have to step out of the tribe or the circle that has you boxed, especially when you feel like you're ready to transition or pivot, whether it's in your personal or professional life. Sometimes you have to step outside of the tribe to embrace your individuality and what you feel is the purpose and the shift that is for your life. So surrounding yourself with people who will embrace the newness, who will embrace your individuality is so key.
Yeah. And when do you know to take that leap?
You will know when it's time to take that leap when you begin to find that some beliefs and some of the actual things that maybe you were exposed to, whether it's in a particular community, or sometimes with relationships, if you find that it's getting old, there's not a freshness or a vibrancy, and it causes you to be irritated, and that you feel like you're stagnant and you're not growing, then that is maybe the time that you need to say, okay, I need to shift here. I need to change my dynamic. And when you feel like your personal power is now being sucked out of you, you feel drained when you're around certain people, you don't feel like there is you're getting your cup poured into, that your cup is remaining full, but they're taking instead of filling you up, or filling into your life, then that is an indicator that maybe you need to shift and move.
Okay. And bring it on home with number 7.
Yes. Flesh out, since we're talking about confidence, flesh out what success looks and feels like to you. And that is different. What does success look like and what it feels like to you? And when you're able to articulate that and know what that is for your life, then you are definitely on your way to becoming more confident in how you show up, whether that's in your professional or in your personal life. Being able to define that success for your life is so key and will help you along this success journey that we're in.
Yeah. And I learned to kind of like, really think about that, and not keep moving the goalposts. What is success? Or is it like amount of money or, followers? Don't, not those vanity things. And sometimes that is important too, but be clear on what it is and, stick with it, because you will never reach it if you're always changing it. So that's just my little
I love that. Like, you always changing it. You and sometimes I feel the reason why some people change it because they're looking at what others have, what their success stories look like in social media, or what we see. Like you mentioned, the money. Sometimes we equate our success by how much money we have, or how much money we come into, or what it looks like. How big is the house? What kind of car you drive? What kind of lifestyle or what kind of look you have. But you have to define that and what that looks like for your life, because everybody's success story and journey is different. So that's key. And don't be changing it up all the time like that either. Choose, but it will change as we grow, because we talk about confidence over 40. That looks very different, but there should be some type of consistency, like we talked about, where you're working towards that success outcome or that goal. So you have to, if you keep changing, then you're not going to be consistent. You're going to kind of burn out, receive that burnout, and you're not going to want to pursue with, the success that you want.
Well, there you go, you guys, the 7 hacks. So Shauntae, how can people keep connected with you, and what's next for you?
Okay, absolutely, you all. So I have a group called Confident and Camera Ready. That is my community, which is housed on Facebook. It's called Confident and Camera Ready. So you can find that on Facebook, Confident and Camera Ready. I would love for you to join that group. It is for entrepreneurs and service providers. So that's where you can get confidence tips. You can get confidence in front of the camera, confidence with your personal professional life. And I'd love to have you there and to be able to connect with you further. And what's next for me by way of my business is that I am actually having a digital course that will be launching soon. And actually, if you connect with me in the group, you will get all of that and more, which is to come.
Wonderful. Well, congratulations on your course. And definitely join the Facebook group, you guys. I know she'll have some great nuggets in there. So thanks again, Shauntae, for being on the bandwidth.
Woo! Thank you for having me, Rosie. I appreciate this.
Thanks. So you guys, this brings us to the end, but my question always is, what are you going to implement from this episode? So please tell me in the comments section, and whatever it is, make sure you take that action and start today. And also some additional ways that I can assist your Go Live journey. If you are ready and need the 3 must-have tools for going live, the link will be in my description box. Sign up to definitely get that. And also my course, The Real Secret to Gaining Confidence and Going Live. It's an online course I created to help women like you walk and be confident, camera and tech confident, and it will help you build your brand and conquer video. And also remember that your voice needs to be heard because it matters to someone, so you can do it. Stop waiting. Start your Go Live journey now. So again, if you find value in this video, subscribe to this channel, give it a thumbs up, hit the notification bell, and check out my other videos. Share this episode link with one other person that you know that could benefit from this conversation. And follow me on Facebook, Rosie Faulkner, and IG at Faulkner_Rosie. And feel free to DM me and let me know how I can personally support you. So thanks again for tuning in, and see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.